House directors. Hello, 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 everybody. How y'all doing? Can y'all hear me out there?
Yeah, you good.
Okay, how am I sounding? How am I sounding?
Different for sure.
Different for sure. That is unfortunate because I can't hear myself. Hello, everybody out there in the chat. I see we got 35 people in the box. Do I sound horrible? Can you actually make out what I'm saying, one take big dog, or do I
Yeah,
need
yeah,
to
yeah,
make some
yeah.
adjustments?
No, I can understand you clear.
I got you, man. Well, thank y'all for being here. Just real quick, let me just clean house. Actually, I done hit the. I thought I had that straight. Let me get myself together. I'm all over the place, man. Hold on, hold on. Yeah, man. Hold on, I gotta get this right. I can't have no. I can't be looking all janky and stuff. Yeah, man. So I was trying to get this live together, man, and my TV fell, and then it ran into my desk, and then it hit my XLR box, man. So when the main power thing right here, the one of the little prongs is crooked, so it's not connecting power. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to work it out. But hello, all of you guys. This is my movie news roundup show. It's going to be a very casual show, much more casual than it is that I have every Sunday. And you know that I was not here this past Sunday because I just had other things to do, and I missed you guys so much. And I just still wanted to come and say hello to you guys and give you guys a show, kind of make up from this past Sunday, and then things will pick up this coming Sunday, the normal scheduled time, 6:30 p.m. CST. And so, just want to let y'all know it's going to be real casual. It's not going to be as polished as it usually is, but that is okay. That is okay. That is okay. We still going to do it because we family, and I love all of you. And so, with all that being said, but man, how are you doing, my brother? I hope you're doing much better than I am right now with
Yeah,
things falling apart.
I'm pretty good, man. I'm pretty good, man. I really can't complain, man. Yesterday was my birthday. Your boy turned 28 yesterday. So
Oh man, 28.
yeah.
Okay, that's what's
Yeah.
up, man. What, did you do anything special?
Not really, man. I think I'm like saving up some money, man. Probably take a trip later on.
Already. I turn. How do I turn? I turn 37 next month in July on the 19th.
Okay.
So I may getting close to 40, man. I may I may take a little trip myself. May go to New York. May go to LA. For a few days or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's what I got up my sleeve right now. And so I wish I would have. I forgot about it, man. I would have had you like a little happy birthday song
It's
prepared or
all
something. You
good.
know what I'm
It's all
saying? So
good.
but let me shout out everybody in the chat right now. You got Wayman 706 calling us out talking about I'm late. I know. Melissa S, how you doing? I'm glad that you like the music. Jeannie Will, hey, hey, hey. Janelle Holland, Melissa S again. Jason Roach was good, was good. Lamichael Cardenas, Nathan Moore, how are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? I'm glad y'all are here. And so once that we chop it up sometime, man, just in normal social media, DMs, whatever. And you sent me something over the weekend, and it looks like the box office
Oh
has
yeah.
done pretty good, man. And
Yeah.
I'm really happy about that, man. You shared that with me. We had a Corella and a Quiet Place come out, and this is amazing, guys. Like we're in the middle of this pandemic, and if you look at the box office right here, A Quiet Place 2 got $47.5 million. I believe that's just a 3-day weekend, and
Hmm.
Corella did 21.5. And so that's pretty dope right there. I'm pretty excited about this, man. I really am, because this is this just shows that people are wanting to come out and go to the movies. They're tired of being in the house still, and we got this Quiet Place too, which I did see a review. Go check out on his channel. $79 million worldwide. That's pretty dope right there. I don't know how much the budget was, but Corella, it didn't do too well, especially with the budget. It's only at $42 million right now worldwide. I think the budget was like 175. I'll look that up here in a second. But just off the top, man, how are you feeling about this box office, and does it give you any hope for the future, and how with things opening back up with us being in the tail end of this pandemic?
Man, that's why I had to send it to you because I think I was super excited because I didn't know exactly what it would do, and I think this is one of those movies that like it needs that theater experience when you go see it. And I
Yes.
told you, like, there's certain films like, yeah, it's cool if you watch them at home. Like I plan on watching Cruella at home. Like that's one of the movies you can just like chill watch at the crib. But like A Quiet Place is one of those ones you want to be in a theater. Right now, being a pandemic, so you don't need it to be jam packed, but you do want a decent amount of people in there so y'all all can experience it together. And I
Right.
went, me and a couple of buddies went, and like and it's just like the theater etiquette when you watching A Quiet Place is like the best I've seen for any movie
Bro.
because,
Bro.
bro,
Yes.
I
Yes.
watched the first one in Dallas. I was living in Dallas then, and like it was packed. I mean,
Yeah.
it was packed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody ate or anything the entire time. I'm just like, wow. And like even when you left the theater, like everybody walking out the theater, like not moving fast. Everybody's still quiet, and like it was the same way for this one. And then I love the movie, so it's just like, wow, like this really like gets me excited, and it got me looking forward to like once these superhero movie stars really come back. I might predict Black Widow do 100 mil opening weekend.
Bruh, I'm not mad at you, man. I'm not mad at you. I was about to I was gonna come to that, you know what I'm saying? But keep going, my bad. Keep going.
Oh no, that was it. That was it. That
Okay.
well also that and like I'm really excited to see what Fast and the Furious 9 do this month too.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Even
That's
though,
gonna be a big blockbuster movie.
right, right, right. I'm trying to stay away. Hopefully, I'm not spoiling something for you, but some people have seen the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not the happiest with it. I haven't watched or read any reviews, but I've seen a couple of thumbnails and headlines and titles, and so. But yeah, I mean, getting back on point with Quiet Place, it does give me and Cruella. I haven't even finished Cruella yet. I need to finish it and get you guys a review. My review for A Quiet Place is up on the channel. And just real quick, I'm jumping all around. Just want to let y'all know if you like what we're showing you on the screen right now, what we're talking about, you can follow both of us at our respective handles. One Take Big Dog and Just My Opinion 94. Also, One Take Big Dog's information is going to be down in the description box. And like always, it's going to be there. You can see his channel right here on my channel tab if you want to subscribe to his channel there as well. But like I was saying, man, this is dope news right here. Now I had this stuff right here, Box Office Mojo. The first Quiet Place, the budget was $17 million, and it made 340 worldwide. So that's just a hell of a profit right there.
Yeah.
That's gangbusters. You know what I'm saying? They're very happy. And like I said, the second one, oh, that's Corella. Let me go back and pull up A Quiet Place too. So yeah, right now this one is at $79 million worldwide. And if you go over to Wikipedia, you see this right here. The budget was 61 million. So that's a little about 3.5 times
Mm-hmm.
of the budget. Now that's still fairly, cheap or inexpensive, for a Hollywood production. But they did want to ramp up the production for that. So, what's 61 times three? 60. That's two. What was it? 180
Oh,
something.
yeah,
So
183.
yeah, so that's what they're going to need to. I got a mathematician in here. That's what they're going to need to, make a profit, or for the studios to feel like they a respectable profit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So hopefully they will be able to do that. I do feel you as far as Black Widow is concerned. I feel that. It may make $1 billion. Who knows? I hope that the new CEO of Disney, Bob Chapek, kind of backpedals on his decision to release it day and date on premiere access on Disney Plus and at the theaters at the same time. But we're just gonna have to see. And so I don't know, but this is surprising to me. I did not expect this,
Yeah.
with the box office, and it's pretty good. And so, what Jason Roach is saying, can't wait till theaters get popping again. I hear you. What Kings? I don't know what you're talking about. I guess I should have read that first. I don't know about them numbers. One take for, hold on, let's see. I don't know about them numbers. One take for Black Widow. The jury's still out for the movie theaters for maybe a good year from now. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Ooh.
We'll see.
I
Like
don't
you
know,
gotta,
man.
object to that, but it's all good, man. So we're gonna see, but I'm really happy with what we have going on with the blockbuster so far. And since we was talking about Black Widow just a second ago, and we all know that Black Widow has to do with the MCU. But we also got some other news that has to do with the MCU as well last week. And I'm excited to talk about it, Looks like we're gonna have Dana Guerrera is going to be getting her own solo show on top of the Wakanda series in Disney Plus as well. I don't know. You're looking kind of surprised. I don't know if you heard about that, but I have this right here from Deadline. It says Dana Guerrera to reprise Okoye in Black Panther Wakanda Forever and Disney Plus Origin spinoff series. I think that's super dope right there. And I'm just going to scroll down here a little bit. And guys, again, everything that we're going to be talking about today is going to be in the description box with their respective links. But it says, let me try to blow this up just a little bit. We hear from sources that Dana Guerrero will be returning as Okoye, general of the Dora Milaje and Ryan Coogler's upcoming Black Panther Wakanda Forever, as well as reprising the character in an Origin spinoff series for Disney Plus. Disney didn't have any comment about today's report. It will not come as a shock if Guerrero also stars in the Wakanda series, which Coogler is developing for Disney Plus, for Disney Plus. We first told you about the new show when the filmmaker and his proximity media signed a 5-year overall exclusive TV deal with the studio. Recently, Black Panther's Florence Kasumba returned as Black Panther's character Ayo, another member of the Dora Milaje, in Disney Plus's The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And so that came out last week, originally from the Hollywood Reporter. I'm excited about it, man. I mean, the more Disney Plus shows that we get, the better. The more Black Panther, to be even more specific, the better. And then, she's right after T'Challa, Shuri, and everybody else. And so she's, third in line. So I'm happy that she's possibly getting her own Disney Plus series. How you feel about that?
Man, I'm excited. I thought when I saw the report, I thought it was just saying she was gonna reprise the role just in like the Wakanda series. I didn't know it was gonna be like focusing on her, but like Dana as a star and one hell of an actress. So and like as far as like the people in Black Panther, like she's one of the ones I think a lot of people love. I like every time she's on screen, like she's a scene stiller. Even in Infinity Wars, it's just like she has a certain presence to herself that it's just like you love to see. It's like that strong Black presence, you know what I'm saying, a woman, and like I'm excited to see exactly what all they do with them, because even the little of the Dora Milaje we saw in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier was stellar. Like you kind of just wonder like how many different things they can do with them, how many different settings you can put them in, and like who would you want? Who can you actually put up against them, because they cold. Like just
Yeah.
just plain and simple, they
Right.
cold.
Right. And appreciate you, Breslin Howard, for that 30K. I appreciate it. Help me get the 50K. But yeah, that cold as hell, man. And we got to see that a very good representation of that in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the series that they just mentioned right there. And so this is
Not
okay. Can you hear me now?
yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to work it out. But yeah, we saw in the Falcon and Winter Soldier when Captain Crunch came in there trying to boss hog, he got his ass whooped, and she wasn't even there. You know what I'm saying? She
Yeah.
sent Oye, or what is that? What is it Oye? Is it
Ayo.
a Ayo, I'm tripping. I said Oye, Oreo, or Ayo. You know what I'm saying? So she's a leader. So she even more badass than Ayo. You know what I'm saying? So she would have she probably could compete with Captain Crunch with his super soldier serum. Why she
Yeah.
does not have one. You know what I'm saying? So this is just great news right here. I'm excited about it. I have nothing to complain about. I think that's super dope right there. And so yeah, I'm just super excited about that. But again, just moving on with the more Marvel news, and I kind of gave you a little preview of how I felt about this. Because it has to do with Sony, and that's just not my favorite. You know what I'm saying? But I got the report right here, man, from Variety. It says Aaron Taylor Johnson to play Marvel's Kraven the Hunter for Sony Pictures. And again, guys, if you're watching this live or via the replay, excuse me, there's a link down to the article below if you want to read along and let me know in the comment section what you're thinking about this. And so basically, Spider-Man, Sony Pictures, they got their own Spider-Man universe going on over there. They got the Venom. They don't got no Spider-Man solos. That's what the MCU is for. But they got the Venom, Venom and Beware of Carnage. You got the or Venom 2, Beware of Carnage, or whatever the hell it's called. We just got that trailer. They got a Morbius movie coming, possibly a Madam Woe or Madam Web movie coming. And now we got one of a worthy villain, Kraven the Hunter, coming through with his own movie as well. And I got to be honest with you, bro. Like I said, I'm not thrilled about this. I am not thrilled about this at all. It worries me. I understand Sony want to make money and make movies, but they just come across as just super uber desperate to me, And if we're not going to have Spider-Man in this, I just don't know how interested I am. However, we may get more Spider-Man in this. We'll talk about that in the next coming story. But also, man, I'm bummed about out of all the actors, all the performers in the world, why you gotta pick Aaron Taylor Johnson? Because he already in the MCU as Quicksilver. Now I know that he's dead, and he died at the end of Age of Ultron, but I feel that he coming back. We got Power Stones, Infinity Stones, time travel, multiverse realities combining and spreading apart. I feel that he was gonna come back somehow. So I don't know how they're gonna do that now with him coming through as Kraven the Hunter. So I'm not happy about this, man. I'm gonna still get a movie a chance. I'm not happy about it. I'm really not. How you feeling?
Okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I don't necessarily. I'm not that mad at it. Okay, we still have a couple more Sony things to see. We still have to see Morbius. We have to see Venom 2. So I'm kind of cool with it. The only thing though, Kraven to me is one of like the best Spider-Man villains. Okay, to me it's probably Green Goblin and Kraven. You can probably like they're interchangeable for me. I know a lot of people like Doc Ock, but those two are like my favorites personally. So I was happy that we got the announcement, but the person I always wanted to see play Kraven actually was Jason Momoa. So I thought, okay, we probably won't get Jason Momoa. I'm like, let's see who we're gonna get. Then we got Aaron Taylor Johnson. I'm like, okay, I don't really just know Aaron Taylor Johnson for like playing anybody like a Kraven, but I'm like, okay, man, he probably can pull it off. And then the day after, we get to see all the people they offered the role to. It was Brad Pitt, Adam Driver, John David Washington, and Keanu Reeves. And so when you see all of those names, and none of them get it, and you get Aaron Taylor Johnson, it kind of like take the wind out your sail a little bit. I'm like, that's a bit disappointing.
Yeah, big time. And I like Kraven the Hunter as a villain. I don't know everything about him, but I still like him. He's a worthy foe. He ingested some type of super soldier serum as well, to give him enhanced abilities and stuff like that. And so, I don't know. I'm not really feeling it. But let me go ahead and bring in my second guest to the show real quick. Y'all know him from the Windy City of Chicago, and that is Mr. Eman with Eman's Movie Reviews. How are you doing, my brother?
What's going on, folks?
What's going on? Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it, man.
Absolutely.
We are just here on the second topic here, man, and I'm doing what I can with this struggle back up here. But we are on this Aaron Taylor Johnson, man, coming through. It's Kraven the Hunter, man. It's Sony. January 13th, 2023. Got the article right here from what is this, from Variety. I was just telling him, man, I'm not happy about it. I'm really not.
Really?
Really? I'm not. I just real quick, Sony is desperate to me. Spider-Man may not be in it. He may, but we'll talk about that in a second with another story. But you already got Aaron Taylor Johnson as Quicksilver in the MCU, which I feel he was still coming back in some capacity. And so I don't know how they're going to do that. But I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. OneTakeBigDog is more on the opposite side, playing devil's advocate. So go ahead and split down the middle, man. How you feeling about this?
I think you're both right. I think that Sony they've proven themselves to be incompetent, when it comes to handling the franchise.
Right.
There are issues when it comes to trusting them, especially with these properties. I mean, this whole Spiderman Sony Marvel Universe is shaky at best. I think that it is yet to be proven. Venom, I feel like, was a potential fluke. I don't know if it's going to repeat that success. I think more people were excited about the fact that there was a Venom movie rather than, oh man, Venom is that dope. So I don't know if they're gonna have that same success with Morbius. I don't think they're gonna have that same success with Madam Web, unless they really throw Spider-Man in the mix. And I mean, you kind of have to, right? Like, if you don't have Spider-Man for these characters and villains that were only created to oppose Spider-Man,
right?
I don't know where you're gonna go with it. Now, in terms of Aaron Taylor Johnson, I will say that I'm not mad at the casting. You could have a Jason Momoa do it. You could have a Joe Manganiello, whatever, I forget the dude's name, the one that plays Slade, Deathstroke in DC.
Right.
You could have those guys. They have the look, they have the bravado, but I don't think they have the acting chops to do it, because if you really know one of Kraven's best stories, it's Kraven's Last Hunt. I'm not going to give away what the ending is for that, but comic fans know that was his best storyline, and it's not like action heavy, it's more drama, and you need an actor that can do drama, and Aaron Taylor Johnson can do drama. Y'all just need to go check out Nocturnal Animals. If you see him in that movie, you probably won't even recognize him, because I know I didn't, and the fact that he can transform himself as an actor proved to me that, oh, you're more than just Quicksilver. You're more than just Kick-Ass. Like, you can act, so that part I'm kind of getting a little bit of confidence in, if they do this, if they treat it seriously. You know what I'm saying? But like, if they try and do like the crap that they did with Venom, like, hey, let's make this a buddy cop movie and, try and make Kraven the next Tiger King or something, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't try and come with all that BS, trying to be cute and funny. Like, treat the characters with respect so we could treat them with respect. So if they do that, there's potential, but I still need that Spider-Man tie-in, because without it, I honestly wouldn't care whether it was Aaron Taylor Johnson, Brad Pitt, or whoever, because their stories are so tied to Spider-Man. So, yeah.
I got you. And let me just grab this super chat real quick.
What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside. Okay.
Pound the pavement, $5. Thank you so much. I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you.
What was that question? Somebody had posted a question.
What if they are building out a universe for Miles Morales to exist in?
I mean, look, I'm cool with everything and anything Miles Morales. Now, do we trust Sony to do justice for a live action Miles Morales? That I don't know, because it was the animated one, Into the Spider-Verse. There were 3 directors on that one. You know what I'm saying? And we've already seen, at least with DC, how there's a vast difference between the animated side and the live action side. So
yeah,
I don't know. They could be building that, but that doesn't mean that they're going to be able to handle it once they get there.
And about those 3 directors, I think they're bringing in 3 completely new directors for the sequel. Why are they doing that? I don't know, with the first one being so successful, but I mean, it was, I didn't have, well, I don't want to say I had low hopes. It looked good. I was excited about it. It was off the chain. And I liked it even better the second time around, admittedly. But as far as like the multiverse look, man, I'm cool with that. I would rather them leave the Peter Parker Spider-Man alone completely and create your own Spider-Man Miles Morales universe and you can do whatever the hell you want, and it's not going to interfere with the MCU. Let Marvel Studios handle the Peter Parker Spider-Man, let Sony handle the Miles Morales Spider-Man, and you can still cross it over. Like it doesn't matter what any universe or studio does because it's a different universe, you know. And I don't know. I mean, that's what I would do. But what you got? One take?
I actually think it's gonna get. I think with the next Spider-Man movie, it's actually gonna make things a lot. Even more complicated, because I know we've been hearing a lot of rumors as to like Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin, supposedly the main villain of that Spider-Man movie.
Mm-hmm.
So you're interchanging like a lot of different things, and I don't know if it's to like get these guys like to where like they can like if they ever needed to like pluck one of these villains into like a MCU movie, they can, or what? That's kind of like the only thing where you just. I mean, I'm kind of like holding out until like we see exactly what that movie does, and like how this whole multiverse thing and like the MCU just folds out anyway.
Right on.
I don't know. I mean, I think, if we go track like a lot of the drama, because remember like when they had that big falling out where everybody was like, wait a minute, the Sony Marvel deal is done. Fans was like, what the hell? Like, no, hell no. And then and Marvel was like, okay, like we was just playing. And they went back and fixed that deal. I think what they realized at that point was you can't just leave Spider-Man doing whatever he was doing in the MCU and then just be like, okay, now it's all back to Sony. Like that was a messy handoff. You know what I'm saying? So now,
big time.
But now like this next movie is going to be kind of like, okay, we kind of left it off kind of messy, if the deal had just been broken off. So let's restructure this deal. And what we're going to do is we're going to do some, multiverse stuff. And I think this is what Loki is for. I think Loki is going to serve the main purpose of explaining how does the multiverse work in general, right? So it's going to let us know how, that the Sony multiverse works, the Fox, multiverse work, like all these different things exist. And because they exist, not only can they function on their own, but they can still be part of the MCU in a way. So I think this is a way for them to be like, okay, we've established the multiverse, kind of like what DC did with the Flash and the TV stuff with the movie stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like they was like, okay, like y'all exist, Arrowverse, Flashverse, and the movie, the Zack Snyder stuff that exists too. We might not cross no more, but y'all can still operate, and it's still the same umbrella. So I think that's what Marvel's doing, which is, by the way, a huge favor to Sony. That is a huge favor to sit here and be like, y'all count.
Well, and that's a perfect segue. It's just the next topic. I have this article right here from Variety as well. It says, will Spider-Man ever connect with Sony's other Marvel movies? There actually is a plan, says exec. And so I don't know if you guys had a chance to read this.
I had not seen this.
Oh, you haven't? I think this came out on this came out on Friday. When was May 28th? Was that Friday?
I need to know who came up with the plan.
Well, let's get into it. When director David Leitch and Brad Pitt told, actually I don't want that. It's a long article. Let me scroll down here. And again, guys, I'm sorry I'm not as prepared as I usually am. This was put together last minute. But we don't really think of our 900 characters as a Spideyverse. He says we have a Marvel Universe. The volume of characters we have. We wait. Wait until you see the next Venom. You don't want to miss. You don't miss Spider-Man.
Yeah. Okay.
He pauses. It'll be exciting if they do meet, right? And so again, guys, this is down. The full article is down in the description box. Therein lies the rub. In the world of sprawling comic book universes, the tangled web between Sony's Marvelverse and Disney's Marvel Cinematic Universe is especially perplexing because Holland's Peter Parker is a part of the MCU, and any appearance he will make in Sony's other Marvel films will seem to retroactively rope in characters like Hardy's Venom and Taylor Johnson's Kraven in the MCU as well. But Marvel Studios is only a producing partner with Sony on the Holland movies. Confusing things even further, the first trailer for Morbius teased an appearance by Michael Keaton, who played the Spider-Man villain Vulture in the Sony/Marvel Studios co-production Spider-Man Homecoming. And again, if you go down and read more, there actually is a plan, he says. I think now maybe it's getting a little more clear for people where we're headed, and I think when No Way Home comes out, even more will be revealed. And one of the worst kept secrets in Hollywood is that No Way Home will be diving into headfirst into the multiverse and incorporating characters from Sony's earlier Spider-Man movies that starred Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. Andrew Molina, for example, told Variety in April that he will digitally de-age in No Way Home to look like he did as the villain Doc Ock at the end of 2004 Spider-Man 2. And just one more quote. The great thing is we have a very excellent relationship with Kevin, and they're talking about Kevin Feige. He says, there's an incredible sandbox there to play with. We want those MCU movies to be absolutely huge because that's great for us and our Marvel characters. And I think that's the same thing on their side. But we have a great relationship. There's a lot of opportunities I think that are going to happen. And you can, I'll read another one. I'm sorry. It's tough because I think these projects are kind of the things we have to work on in the dark, he says. They're not ready until they're ready. Kraven is a great example because we just didn't rush it. We could have made that 3+ years ago. It's just now that the script's awesome. JC was the right choice, and we found movie star because it was just kismet, and watching the other movies and realizing that it could be perfect casting. And so this is one of the execs, presidents over at Sony, talking about how he has a great relationship with Kevin Feige. This film, Bullet Train, that stars Aaron Taylor Johnson, Brad Pitt, David Leitch directing, they were looking at dailies, and that's when he was like, man, Aaron Taylor Johnson looks good. Let's do him as Kraven. His name is Pentatech. So basically, he's just saying with the multiverse and with Venom 2, Spider-Man No Way Home, that and the multiverse of madness, that we could possibly see Tom Holland, dipping his toes into the Spidey Sonyverse. That scares the hell out of me. I am not excited about it. But OneTakeBigDog, how you feeling about that, man? How you feeling?
Once again, man, I think I'm cool with it. I'm honestly cool with it. Now, I don't, maybe because I don't think, even if he dips his toes in the Sony stuff, and let's say it's horrible, I don't think that puts a stain on the MCU at all, just because I think most people know that they're not connected. I kind of like, even if we get this multiverse thing where we have him pop in there for a little bit and interact with these characters, I think that'll just be cool to see, oh wait, that could actually happen. And then we get him back in the MCU for another just full Marvel, MCU Spider-Man story. So I don't think it hurts it to me. I wouldn't mind seeing it.
Right on. Before I come to you, Eman, let me bring my third guest into the show. Coming from Virginia, the living legend Larry. What's good, my brother? What's good?
Here comes trouble.
Always, man. I'm always trying to bring it. Somebody has to give Eman a little bit of grief. Otherwise, he might get blown up. Because every time I turn on the TV nowadays, he's up on the news. He's up on real TV up there. If we don't try and keep his head a little, he'll have to get those extra large headphones.
Well, thank you for being here, Larry. I do appreciate it, especially with this being last minute. And shout out to Sharonda with Miss Pale Rate in the chat right now. I think she's on vacation doing a ton of stuff. But shout out to all of you guys. And so, Larry, we are talking about Spider-Man potentially coming. Tom Holland Spider-Man potentially dipping his toes into the Sony movies like Venom 2, Morbius, Kraven, etc. Passing it to Eman, and then I'm coming to you. Eman, how you feeling about this report?
I mean, look, the way I judge execs is the way I judge a sports coach. Everybody talks a good game. Everybody wants to win the ship. But the real determination is, how do you handle your team? How do you handle your assets? And most importantly, how do you adjust? When times get tough, how do you switch it up? What do you do? Do you stick with the plan? Do you change the plan? And I don't know if Sony has the right stuff to adjust, because I feel like when they've stuck to a certain model, when they think like this plan is going to work, it gets dated. And then all of a sudden, they're behind the 8 ball with that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I mean, my question would really be like, how deep is your connection with Kevin Feige? Are you going to actually listen to Kevin Feige's advice this time? Because last time he gave you advice, y'all ignored it and gave us that boo-boo Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie. So that's kind of where I have to be like, I don't know if I trust y'all. Because even when you had Kevin Feige was giving y'all free advice. That's like, I mean, come on now, free advice to make billions, and they just ignored it and was like, nah, we got it. Nah, we know how to do this. And the fact that they sat here and was like, I forget who it was. I think it was another Sony exec a couple years ago when they were renegotiating the deal. They were like, oh, no, we don't need Marvel to like co-produce these things for us because we got enough notes. And I'm sitting here like, wait, what do you mean? Do you not realize that Marvel makes stuff up along the way? They don't sit here with like just one game plan and just go with that. They change. Like every phase in the MCU has a different approach. First, they started with trilogies and stuff. Okay, that was cool for the Avengers and all that. Then they started branching off and getting multiple directors to do different voices. Now they're getting more inclusive. Now they're stretching things out and stuff. Like, that's a very fluid plan, and they adjust. I don't see other studios doing that. So with Sony saying all this stuff, I'm like, okay, that sounds good for the articles and stuff, but I need to see it in action because right now, man, look. Venom, Morbius, Madam Web, whatever the Pussycat Dolls that they try. I don't know, whatever they do. I don't care. I'm just saying, ain't nothing really exciting me.
Let's not talk about the Pussycat Dolls. The Cold Strike Swinger is blazing.
All right, Larry.
Well, Larry, how you feeling? I'm so glad both of y'all are here for the next 2 topics. But Larry, how are you feeling about Tom Holland Spider-Man possibly actually showing up in the Sony Spider-Verse or whatever with all these spin-off shows they're doing or films they're doing?
I'll be honest with you. I believe Sony should just give it all up. Sony should hand it all over to Disney and just let Marvel do it all. They should hand them all over and they should work out some sort of profit-sharing deal so that all of the creative side stays with Marvel and Disney and works it out like that. Because
they would never do that.
You don't want all that. I mean, it's just too much fragmentation going on.
That's their number one seller. They never gonna do that.
No, but think about this. If they can work out a deal, because I think Disney might take a little bit of hit financially to be able to have it back. And Sony would then get a nice chunk of the profits and they don't have to do anything. All they have to do is just sit back and collect. And it may not be forever. They may have to work out a deal like the UK and Hong Kong, or just say it's only going to be, this way for 10 years or 20 years or something. And then when it's done, it's done,
Right on. Sharonda, how you doing, ma'am?
Oh, she coming with the fire.
I just want to say one thing. Because why y'all keep hyping up Kevin Feige like this?
Why you keep hating on him?
Hyping up Kevin Feige like this.
Hold on, can I clarify?
Sharonda's trying to get her blood pressure up right before she goes on vacation.
Can I clarify? Let me just clarify. Let me clarify. Kevin Feige is only getting hyped up relative to other executives. He is not perfect whatsoever.
And we just discovered that.
You just saw this man sitting here. He drops the ball when it comes to representation and diversity. They've made bad decisions time after time after time. Recast T'Challa, okay? But relative to the execs in DC, at Warner Brothers, to Sony, to Fox, they make him look like he's a genius. So it's relatively speaking at most.
Right on. Sharonda?
Look, that's fine. Look, I'm going to get Kevin his props for the first 10 years, okay? Minus the last 3 years, because he wasn't going to get Black Panther a movie. He wasn't going to let Black Panther be in Civil War. I just want to make sure that I continue to remind you guys that when you continue to give these props, that this man had to have Nate talk to him about this, had to have the Russo brothers co-sign this, Y'all, you wouldn't even have no recast T'Challa if it was up to Kevin Feige. I just need to make sure that I remind you guys about this.
Was that him? Was that him that blocked? Because I thought it was Alan Horn that was blocking it.
He had to get convinced by the Russo brothers to allow T'Challa to be in Civil War.
What? I need to go look that up.
Nate Ward is the reason that Black Panther was in Civil War. He fought for this. This is why it's important to have representation in the boardrooms. Nate more big ups, okay? That wasn't a Kevin Feige thing. Nate had to have the Russo brothers come and back him up and say that this is a good idea to have him in this movie. So I just want to be sure, Kevin Feige, yes, he has changed the industry forever with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He saw things that nobody else could ever imagine that happened for Marvel. But I just want to make sure that I bring y'all back to earth when y'all send up here giving him all this praise, because y'all wouldn't have had some of y'all favorite people if it wasn't for Nate. And this is why, like you said, Eman, it is important to have diversity, not only in front of the camera, but behind the camera.
Yep.
This is news to me, man.
This is news to me too, because Bob Iger. Bob Iger, he had dropped.
Sharonda's been holding out
for that interview, I think, with Variety, like in his book or whatever, and he was saying that like it was because of him and Kevin Feige that they were pushing Alan Horn to get Black Panther in and stuff. But
you think
I took your word for it. You think
Nate is gonna really throw his boss Kevin Feige under the bus? No. I mean, you do. But it was Nate who really pushed to have T'Challa.
I believe that.
More. So it's just like, I just want to make sure people know the facts.
What?
People understand this is why when y'all be praising Kevin Feige like this is why I be getting crazy with y'all. But I'm not gonna take away from him. He has given us some of the best comic book films, but just don't say like he did all this stuff like with Black Panther, okay? All right.
Already. Okay.
I told you she was coming with the fire.
Always. She always comes with it. Well, we will see. Again, I just want to reiterate, I am not thrilled with this Spider-Man coming over with not Namor, but Kraven and Madam Web and Venom and all that. I think it's not a good idea. But
I do like Venom though.
It was all right.
Why do you think it's not a good idea though?
I don't. Sony is just extremely desperate to me. They're obsessed with this Sinister Six. It's like we got to do it. We want our name on it. It's like, okay, what are you going to do after that? It just they don't know how to build up to something. They just want to move from big event to big event, and it makes me nervous. I mean, Spider-Man is probably the third most popular comic book character in all of history, and I don't want them to mess it up because they have too many times. I mean, I remember years ago, and I know positions have changed, but they were having a debate in the exec's office on whether Spider-Man should have mechanical or organic web shooters. And if you're having that type of conversation, that tells me you don't know what the hell you're doing. That's just my opinion, though.
I like the organic.
Oh, bro, I'm gonna kick you off. Are you serious?
No, I just thought it was actually kind of cool because there were versions where he had the organic and it kind of messed with him versus like, oh, okay, man, I just ran out and I ain't had no fuel, no weapon. Okay.
And if somebody was just shouting out Sharonda. Yeah, she said she broke it down. What's up, Frank? So yeah, if I miss a fire comment, y'all let me know so I can post it up on the screen.
Are you in the car?
No.
Okay. I thought it looked like you were in the car for a minute.
The look on her face, but that's the wrong image. But let's go ahead and move on to this next topic right here, and I can't wait to hear what Larry has to say about this right here. Well, my goodness gracious! Well, Variety, AMC, Regal, and Cinemark will no longer require masks for vaccinated people. You know what I'm saying? Movie theater changes, including AMC, Regal, and Cinemark, will no longer require fully vaccinated guests to wear face masks. And again, guys, if you're watching live in the recap, the link to this article is down in the description box. Consistent with the latest CDC guidance and following consultation with public health experts, AMC theaters guests who are fully vaccinated are no longer required to wear face coverings at AMC locations unless it is mandated by state or local ordinances. AMC said in a statement, Guests who are not fully vaccinated are asked to continue wearing masks. All other aspects of AMC's safe and clean policies and procedures, including seat blocking, remain in place at this time. And I'm gonna pause right there before I read any more. Larry, I'm coming to you, sir. How are you feeling about this Platinum Plus idea right now from AMC? I'm teasing, but how you feeling, my brother? How you feeling?
I'll tell you right now that I would be okay with this if we had a vaccine passport in this country, but we don't. And they're trying to put us on the honor system. And I can tell you right now, this country is filled up with a bunch of mother effing liars. People will get up there and they'll go to the movies and they won't want to wear a mask. And they'll sit up there and say, oh, no, I'm vaccinated. I'm good. Knowing good and well that they are not. And you're going to and let it be that we have another outbreak or something that comes around in the fall when people are
coming. It's coming.
You know, with all these variants that are out there, let there be another outbreak and it's traced back to one of these theaters anywhere. And it doesn't matter where it is. Let it be anywhere where it says, oh, I hadn't been out for the last year and a half and I finally went to the movies and then I got COVID. They're going to be like, oh, nope, we're shutting all this stuff down. It's all shut down again. And I can tell you right now, these theaters cannot survive another major shutdown right now.
No,
so they can go ahead. They can go ahead and play this game if you want to and see what happens. And, you know, I mean, it's just the life of your business model. So, you know, but it's going to happen. There's going to be another outbreak. And if it's traced back to a theater, good luck surviving that.
And before I come to you, Sharonda, another quote: masks will not be required unless mandated by state and local guidelines. I feel like I just said that. Wear masks are mandated. They can be removed only while eating or drinking. That's not going to work. While seated in an auditorium, the statement continues: employees monitor auditoriums throughout each performance at a standard practice. Sharonda, how are you feeling about all this, man?
Hold on, let me ask you, Sharonda. Can I ask him a question right quick? Because he's talking about the food and drink. What happens when somebody eats a piece of popcorn and gets stuck in their throat and they start coughing like crazy? What happens then? You think people are going to be comfortable when the person that's 3-4 seats down from you is hacking and coughing in the theater?
I hear you, brother. I hear you. That's a good observation.
Let's be clear. Let's just keep it 100. First of all, during the pandemic, those workers were not doing a damn thing to make sure people had their mask on. I went to the movies one time during the pandemic into a regular screening, and I was at an AMC. These people had their mask off. They was talking. I went and told the people, you think somebody came in and said something? You think anybody even came in while the whole movie was going on? It was only 4 people in the damn theater. They're liars. They're stupid. They're stupid. I just don't understand why. Okay, we're finally opening back up. And now y'all thinking because some Negroes up here got some vaccines that everybody got vaccines? Most of my friends who literally had COVID are not getting vaccines. There is a lot of people not getting vaccines. And you want me to trust these dumb people with an honor system? System? There ain't no honor. Then it's like you could forge that. Even if we have vaccine passports, people can forge that. If you have, think about it, you had fake IDs while you was growing up to get liquor and stuff, to get in the club, you can get a fake vaccine passport. So this is blowing my mind that when you finally are open to get revenue, that you're literally going to put yourself in jeopardy. Y'all can't wait 2 hours. You can't keep a mask on for 2 hours. Is it that hard for you? Is that hard for you to keep a mask on for 2 hours? I have asthma and I can keep a mask on for 2 hours, okay? So it just doesn't make any sense to me. And exactly,
you know?
Hold on.
Who gonna be sitting here arguing with people? Who gonna be, hey, put your mask back on? I'm not finna argue with y'all. So I'm not taking my behind. Even with press screens, they were like, hey, we're doing a press screen. And then I realized it was open to the public. I said, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. We're not doing this. So I think that this is stupid. There's going to be a second wave, especially you got Comic-Con having a whole thing during things. Everybody finna be stuck in the house again. Just mark my words. Y'all ass is going to be stuck in your house because everybody wanted to be stupid and wanted to be on the honor system. So good riddance, okay? They're done.
Few things. First of all, don't y'all love her energy? She is hilarious. Second, just real quick, Sharonda, did you go see Quiet Place 2 to theaters?
Yes, but it was a press only screening.
Gotcha. Okay. And before I come to you, One Take, let me just grab the super chat real quick from our boy Ernest Holloway.
Yes!
Thank you so much, sir, for the $5 super chat. Larry, I want to thank you. I got my second shot last week. I got 20 people at my job to get the shot.
Shout out to him. That's what you call community leadership right there.
Good stuff.
Right. Now, and again, I'm not gonna lie. I'll go ahead and say I haven't got any shot yet. But I was talking
this Negro. I'm out.
Chill out. Hold on.
That's why your package got stolen.
Why you didn't get no shot?
Well, I don't want to get into.
You see all that stuttering?
What had happened was
exactly what had happened was.
What you doing to yourself?
I was gonna say I was having a conversation with a number of my black friends earlier today that are always been like, we're not getting the vaccine, but they were saying, you know what, I'm leaning towards it. I'm feeling more comfortable. You know, so I'm just saying a large, because where my friends are split down the middle. Half of them got it, half of them like F that. But the F that crowd today was saying that they're leaning more towards getting it. You know, so I'm just letting y'all know. I think this is a stupid ass idea as well. And One Take, before I come to you, since we was talking about everybody not getting vaccinated, if you look at this article, I like how it says United States COVID-19 vaccination rate, and it goes through every state received the first dose, like Vermont, 69%, fully vaccinated, 53% in Vermont. Texas is somewhere down here, and just if you want to look at that, you can. That is in the article. But
did you notice a pattern on there? All those blue states have high vaccination numbers, and all the red states are up there with the low vaccination numbers.
I was thinking about that, but I didn't have enough time to analyze it like that. But good observation, sir.
You didn't need to analyze nothing. Georgia at the bottom too, dummy.
Are they really? Let me see.
Yes.
Yeah, they really are.
The governor banned schools from making people wear masks. He banned the
hell, that's just ludicrous.
Y'all know Louisiana was gonna be at the bottom.
Yeah, go ahead. One Take. It's on you. How you feel, man?
Man, it's crazy because I agree with everything they said, because I don't see people. I mean, like right now, I go to Dollar General. It's like, yo, we don't require people to wear masks. They're fully vaccinated. Bro, people be in there just like nobody. Like people look at that and say, "Oh, I got an option now. Like I'm just not gonna wear a mask no more." So that's pretty much what everybody like does. Like I go to the theater. I mean, I think I went to the theater recently, and I think everybody still wore a mask. Throughout, but I thought, like Sharonda said, like nobody came through like checking on nothing. I really would like want to sit in there, because they have the before the film comes on, they'll tell you like everything. Like we have this new technology where we like sanitize the theaters before and after screenings, and people come to the bathroom to clean them out every 30 minutes. Like you probably could just like kick it in the theater for like an hour and just see like, okay, y'all don't really be doing none of that.
Right.
So but I won't even just say it's gonna be just the theaters, because me looking at it, I'm looking at like the NBA and how you see people in the crowd with no masks and cheering, and they constantly yelling in those settings. It's just like everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's like nobody. I think people just like, okay, we did. It's like they did their time. Like now they don't care like at all whether they get sick or not. And you only have a few people who getting vaccinated. I know a couple people, maybe know 3. That's about it though.
Right on. Eman.
Well, I mean, look, I try to first of all, this whole pandemic had me and my anxiety through the roof. Like, even if like friends, family would come to the house, I'm like, hold on. Like, here's a mask. Hold on. So that was always something that got me. And I was hesitant at first about the vaccine as well. Until I just started doing some reading. Like, I actually wanted to learn more. Like, how does the vaccine work? What does it do? Are there microchips in there? Whatever, all that kind of stuff. And the thing is that like when you follow the science, right? Huh?
But E-Man, once I got my vaccine, my 5G is like on extra point. It's
As it
just,
should be, right? Because they're watching you. They watching you anyway. You know, but
and I don't even have a 5G phone.
but I ended up getting the vaccine, right? And I will say that it brought my anxiety all the way down, mainly because it had to do with me learning more about what it is, what it does, how it works, what I can do afterwards. You know, so for example, if you get the vaccine, you're not like magically just safe automatically. You got to give it like time to work. You got to give your body time to adjust. And you know, so now when it came to this, you know, recommendation, this guideline by the CDC, when they was like, hey, if you vaccinated, you can go, you know, be maskless or whatever. I thought that was stupid to announce that for the very reason that many of y'all are talking about, because people are dumb. People will go lie. I mean, even up to the government, the White House, they were sitting here like, yeah, we agree with it. But the thing that got me was when you think about how the vaccine works, when you get in contact with somebody, let's just say that has it, you might catch some of the virus, but it's about the viral load, which means you might not have enough of the virus to actually make you sick if you're fully vaccinated. So what does that mean? So if I'm fully vaccinated, if we're all fully vaccinated except for Larry, right, for whatever reason, and we're just out there, we're hanging out with no masks and stuff, we are okay. The only person at risk is Larry. And that is the thing that, like, if people want to be stupid and be maskless, that's a risk that they are taking, not the people that are vaccinated. Now, even though scientifically the numbers check out, that might make sense, I'm still wearing a mask. And that's just my personal preference.
Wait,
you know what I'm saying?
But also, too, you're only guaranteed, depending on what vaccine you have, a 95 or a 94% chance of being protected. There are still people who have gotten the vaccine who are catching COVID.
They call them breakthroughs.
COVID, and you're only protected against the first 2 strains of COVID. There are so many other variants. We're still going to have to get booster shots to protect you from the other ones. So no one is fully immune from anything. It's only from the 2 strains that are involved in the vaccines.
Exactly. And that's
what we really need to...
You're not like invincible. You just reduce your risk significantly. Now, I'm not, as a fully vaccinated person, I'm not going up to people's faces being like, hey, what's up, y'all? How you doing, y'all? Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not putting myself in reckless positions.
Why you leaning in like
now, I have a little bit more, confidence to go to a theater, still wear my mask, still social distance, but not have like high blood pressure if anybody breathes close to me or walks up too close. So that's all I'm saying is like, it's cool that they opening this up. The real people that are at a higher risk are those that just simply don't want to get vaccinated and still jump head first in front of crowded public areas and, again, just live recklessly. So,
yeah, I wear my mask everywhere I go. I mean, the only place I went over the weekend was a birthday party outside in a backyard, and pretty much everybody there was vaccinated. Even when I went
to a group event?
Outside,
yeah, that's fine.
In a backyard, and they had signs that was like, if you go inside to use the restroom, you have to wear your mask. And 75% of the people there was vaccinated.
Brandon, what are you worried about?
Well, I don't want to get into. I'll share though. I don't mind talking to you about it, but I don't want to get into that like offline. But
let me tell you what's worse than whatever you're thinking about with getting vaccinated is being on a ventilator. When you're up there with a tube stuck down your throat and you have a machine breathing for you, that is worse than I'm sure whatever it is you think might be coming from a vaccine.
Hey, and you may have to educate me further. I'm not just cutting you off or anybody else off. Just you don't know what you're talking about. My mind is made up. No, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not. I'm just
you just got to get comfortable with
it. Yeah,
and that's fine. That's fine. Take your time.
Right.
Learn whatever you need to learn to make the best decision for you and yourself. I mean, look, The reason why I still decided to wear a mask is because it's not unanimous amongst people in the medical field. There's a like the CDC is like, oh, if you fully vaccinated, you don't need a mask. Okay, fine. The Nurses Association, these are people that are on the front lines. They're like, too early. Keep that mask on. So for me, I'm like, cool. Like, what am I about to do? Argue with y'all? Let me leave the mask on until y'all figure this out. Until y'all unanimous. Until y'all comfortable, then I'll be comfortable. So,
Yeah, and
for Brandon or anybody else out there that is kind of thinking a similar thing, just do your best to learn whatever you need to learn. Figure whatever you got to figure out that's best for you. I would just say whatever decision you make it based off of what you know and not what you don't know.
Right. And I've never been like, I'm never getting it. I'm not just opposed to it. It's just that I know a lot of educated people that have provided me information, so it just, gives me a little concern. Just like, okay, let me just wait it out. And it may just be my anxiety. And I don't mind saying that I'm afraid of it. I am, but I still may get it. It's just, I'm not 100% there yet. I may get it.
Business. That's your business.
Yeah.
That's your business. Look, I said a long time ago, I ain't arguing with nobody. If you don't want to get a vaccine, that's your business, okay?
Exactly.
I know what I'm going to do. Be out in these streets vaccinated with
Already.
That's all that matters. So you got to let people worry about stuff for themselves. If they have to find out the hard way, they have to find out the hard way. But hopefully, y'all, get blessed with some reassurance. You want to go get a vaccine, but if you don't, that's your business.
Like, when I went to the post office today, I had my mask on. I was mean mugging people if they got too close to me. This one lady tried to come close, and I looked at her and looked down. There's a yellow line right there. Like, don't pass the yellow line. Like, I don't want to be close to you. So, I mean, I'm doing that at least, So
that's fine.
I'm loving ridiculous thoughts right now. His comment.
Where
Moderna reside.
Right on.
Up and down my body.
So I want to say this. What Sharonda was saying was true. There's going to be another outbreak. The variants are out there. They're real, and there's new ones every day. Just today, I was listening to the news where they said they're starting a new categorization system based on the Greek alphabet in order to categorize them because there are so many of them.
Right.
And I really think this idea, people want to think, oh, we're in a post-pandemic world, the pandemic's over, we can go back to normal. I think this is part of the problem with our politicians and the media and everybody else. We need to get away from this idea of going back to normal. This is the new normal. We're going to have to live with this virus for the foreseeable future. And what we need to do is figure out how do we live with the virus, not just get back to normal. And I mean, and one of the things is that they've said that the number of deaths from things like the common cold and the flu have gone down considerably over the last year because people were wearing masks. And I think probably what they should do is from like October to like April, they should just tell you if you go into a public space like a store or a theater, you just have to wear a mask. I think it's just in the public interest.
I didn't expect to stay on this topic this long, but I'm interested now. Let me ask y'all this, since, and especially you, Sharonda and Larry, since we have all these new variants coming and things of that nature, unfortunately, people that are fully vaxxed or are they going to have to come out with a whole completely new vaccine and you got to go through the process again?
No, you got to take
booster.
Everybody, first of all, this is like it's the same as the flu vaccine. Every year you have to get a flu vaccine. Every year they predict this is the flu vaccine. Every year they predict what strains of the flu is going to be prevalent in the upcoming cold and flu season. So that's why some people like, I got a flu shot, but I still got the flu. That's because they guessed wrong. And that wasn't the variants that were going to come out this year. So no matter what, you're going to have to get a booster shot. You're going to have to keep getting these shots every single year. You're going to have to do this every single year. It doesn't just go away. It just continues to mutate every single year. So that's why it's like y'all are removing masks. Like COVID didn't go away.
Reckless.
Right. And here's the thing.
Do you get a flu shot every year?
Too.
Yeah. If I'm traveling, yes. But if I'm not traveling, no. But since I'm around my god babies all the time and they be sick and they little nasty classmates be sick, I get a flu shot just because I'm around them.
I haven't had a flu shot in 15 years.
And here's the thing. If you get a flu shot, they may like Sharonda said, they may have guessed wrong. They may have put the flu shot designed for particular strains, and then a new one pops up. And that's fine, but what happens is when you get that flu vaccine, you may get the flu, but what you're not going to do is die from it.
Right.
You know, you may get sick and be uncomfortable, and you may be coughing for the next 2 weeks trying to get the phlegm out your lungs, but you'll be alive to do it.
And the other thing to consider, though, is like the reason why the flu and the flu vaccines and stuff, you know, when people were like, COVID is just like the flu. No, it's not. Because the thing is, we have way more people that have built up immunity and are vaccinated with the flu that even if you never got the flu vaccine, you have a lot less risk of catching it because there's a lot less chance of people spreading it. So it's the same, but unlike with COVID, because right now we don't have herd immunity, you know, we don't have enough people that are vaccinated to isolate the disease or the the virus wherever you go. That's why it's easier to catch that compared to catching the flu. So the more people get vaccinated, the more, antibodies that are built up over time, then, the less chance of it becoming back to pandemic levels.
But also, let's be clear though, the flu kills people every year.
Yeah.
When the flu first got started, don't forget about the Spanish influenza. The whole U.S. was shut down. It was killing so many people. So I don't want us to talk about it's just the flu. The flu kills people every single year, and the flu was killing people at the same rate that COVID was killing people back in the day. But guess what? Hoes went out there and got vaccinated.
Exactly.
Herd immunity, and now
exactly.
I just got the flu. I can go get a Z-Pack. So I just think the biggest part of it is, first, people need to understand vaccines. Like, for everyone talking about, I ain't getting no vaccine. You know how much crap they shot you up with when you were a baby and you turned out fine. So it's just, if y'all don't want to get a shot, don't get your shot.
Yeah.
But I didn't know way too many people who have died. 34-year-old just had somebody from our high school. She got COVID when she was pregnant. She had to be induced. She had her baby. After she had her baby, she went on a ventilator and she never came back. She died within a month. Her baby's father, her boyfriend, couldn't even be in the hospital with her because he had to take care of their newborn baby, and you couldn't be in the hospital with somebody with COVID. And she was in her 30s, her early 30s. So for people saying they good, if y'all good, you like it, I love it. But at the end of the day, there is people out here dying. And unfortunately, we're in a situation where it has to affect you. You have to get COVID and be sick, or you have to lose a loved one in order for people to care. And that's just the society we live in. Everybody's selfish. They only worry about themselves. So at the end of the day, if people feel, honestly, it sucks, but it has to affect you personally for you to care about COVID.
Which is so sad.
I want to point out, somebody in the comments says ZSB Lou says Tuskegee. I'm going to leave it at that. That is sort of a cop out. I'm not saying that what they did with the Tuskegee experiment wasn't absolutely horrific and should never be repeated ever anywhere. But it's sort of a cop-out at this point to just say Tuskegee and I'm not going to get vaccinated. Let's not forget that one of the main researchers behind this vaccine is a Black woman at NIH, And let's not also forget that we use so much medical technology that we simply don't understand. I can tell you right now, if you go out there and you go to a bar and you pick up some jump off and you end up getting the clap, you're going to take your ass down to the pharmacy and go get some penicillin. And I guarantee you do not understand the technology behind that. You do not, but you're going to use it anyways. So stop BSing, go get vaccinated so that you don't get yourself sick and you don't get anybody else around you sick.
And I would just say this: if anybody's out there that's hesitant about getting the vaccine, all I would say is you need to pay attention to the herd immunity. Like, for example, right now in Illinois, I want to say 40% of people have gotten the second shot of the vaccine. That's not enough for herd immunity, which means it's not enough for someone that's not vaccinated to just walk out and just feel super confident that they're not going to catch it. Herd immunity is usually around 80%, 85% or higher. So if your area is not that high with everyone else vaccinated, you're putting yourself more at risk. You can do whatever you want to do. You just have to understand the risks that you are taking for yourself and those around you. So the whole United States is not even close to like, I don't even think we've hit 50%. So just realize we're not even close to the level of vaccinations or herd immunity that we have with the cold or the flu or other things that we still need to get booster shots for. We still got to get vaccinated for those things. But this is a very new virus. We're still learning about it. We're still learning about the after effects of it 6 to 8 months after people have caught it. So be careful out there. That's all.
Here's the thing. Once a virus is out there in the wild, it's there forever. We're still dealing with viruses from decades and decades. I mean, there's still people out there getting smallpox, and we've had vaccinations
for bubonic plague for all the anti-vaxxers, measles. There's a measles epidemic now because people aren't getting vaccinated. So
it's all out there. But here's the thing: if you get enough people to get vaccinated, what happens is there's far fewer people out there with it. The virus doesn't have as many places to go, and so it can't mutate. And if it can't mutate, it's the same old thread. It's the same old strand of virus that we know about. Our body knows how to fight it. There's vaccines that we know how to deal with it. And so it just becomes less prevalent in society as a whole. And we do know how to take care of it once our body is exposed to it, because it's the same old thing. But when people don't get vaccinated, those things just keep going out there and they mutate. And the next thing you know, there's something out there that the vaccines don't work on. And then we have another big ass pandemic, whether it be globally like this or whether it be regional or whatever. But we can stop all that by simply getting vaccinated.
Right on. Well, like everyone here is saying, and also in the chat, very good points from everybody. And I really do appreciate the dialogue. So, that's why
I gotta go, y'all. So I'll be listening to y'all, but I gotta finish recording all these videos before I leave the country.
All right. Well, Sharona,
I'm going to Colombia, so pray for me.
Yes.
All right. Don't get caught on the way back.
All right, and Sharonda, thank you so much for being here, guys. If you're watching this on the chat, in the live chat or on the replay, you can follow Sharonda on social media at Pay Away. There's also links to her channel down in the description box, and like always, you can head over to my channel tab, and the first lady is right there, number 1 on my channel tab. If you want to go subscribe to her channel. Sharonda, thank you so much for being here, ma'am. You have a good night.
Yeah.
And have fun.
Practice safe sex. Ma'am. Don't take any wooden nickels.
Okay. Thank you for that.
All right. You have a good night, Sharonda. So let's move on to the next topic. And I'm excited about this, but at the same time, I'm really curious to know what the stock market masters have to think about it, because I am not too sure. But I have the report right here from Deadline as well. And it says AMC Entertainment sold $230 million of stock to firm that just liquidated position, calling shares overvalued. And this came out today at 12:52. Mudrick Capital, which just acquired 8.5 million shares of AMC Entertainment, helping the chain raise $230 million, has now liquidated its entire holding in the exhibitor, according to a report in Bloomberg. Again, if you're watching this in the live chat or on the replay, there's a link down to this in the description box below. Eman, I'm going to come to you first. When I think about AMC as a worldwide conglomerate, and I see $230 million, with the lack of my knowledge on this per se, that doesn't seem like a lot of money for such a large company, but I could not know what I'm talking about. So I'm coming to you, sir. I'll let you drive this, or whoever wants to. How are you feeling about this? Is this good? Is it bad? Or is it no big deal?
I mean, look, if Lamont was here, he would say that AMC, if they're going to sell off that stock and stuff, they should be paying off a lot of their debt. And I agree to an extent. Like, you should pay off your debt, especially after all the stuff you went through during the pandemic. But I think that AMC knows something that most people probably don't. The fact that, look, during the pandemic, we all thought, Larry, we thought that theaters were done, right? We thought theaters was going to go under. I kept telling y'all they wasn't going to go. They wasn't leaving, okay? And what happened?
We're not done with the pandemic yet.
We're not. But out of nowhere, out of nowhere, AMC came up and raised, what was it, 400 million, 800 million, whatever it was. They raised all this money, and we was like, where did y'all get this out of nowhere to avoid bankruptcy and selling off and going out of business? Now, we've seen other theaters also start going out of business, right? So ArcLight, I want to say some Cinemarks and stuff like that. They've been going out of business, and they've had to sell off some of their theaters. And you know, even with all of that going on, AMC was still cutting deals. Keep in mind, they also put pressure on the studios. When the studios was like, we about to go straight to streaming, forget the theaters, they was like, okay, you do that, we gonna boycott you. We're not gonna play your stuff when this pandemic is over. And what happened? Studios bent over backwards to cut revenue sharing deals with the theaters. Again, why is the theater doing everything to survive right now? So the
definitely
fact
half the story though.
Well, there could be, but the fact to me that they're buying more theaters potentially with this cash that they just got out of nowhere with the stocks going up. And I agree, like the stocks probably shouldn't have gone up. It was kind of like the GameStop stuff, you know, with the average Joe just pumping up the stocks. They were smart. Sell that off because it was going to dip anyway. But now they're trying to buy more properties. And I think it's going to be kind of interesting to see if they buy those properties and maybe resell them. They could be flipping them, because if they sell them off, if those theaters, you know, were going out of business, AMC could be buying them at a really low cost. So when they flip them, they probably get more money down the road. Or if theaters come back full swing, they dominate. That's more customers, more potential subscribers, more, you know, butts in seats. That's more money that goes to them. So it could be a power play in that case too. So that's just where I'm thinking, but I want to hear Larry's thoughts on this. Of course.
And before I come to Larry, I just want to read a quote real quick. Given our scale, experience, and commitment to innovation and excellence, AMC is being presented with highly attractive theater acquisition opportunities. We are in discussions, for example, with multiple landlords of superb theaters formerly operated by ArcLight Cinemas and Pacific Theaters, says CEO Adam Aaron. With this agreement with Merdrick Capital, we have raised funds that will allow us to be aggressive in going after the most valuable theater assets, as well as to make other strategic investments in our business and to pursue the leveraging opportunities. Larry, with this news dropping early today, how are you feeling about this, my brother?
I think this is just one of those things where you see the big boys, the ones that work for the hedge funds and all those people out there, basically taking the retail investors and dragging them over the coals, just raking them over the coals. You have all these people out there on Reddit bets and everything else talking about AMC. They're driving the stock price up, and AMC and them are just taking advantage of it. They're like, cool, we're going to sell this stuff off to this company. They're going to buy it. They're going to hold it for a while. The Reddit bets people are driving it up. They probably got on there. The firm that had the stock probably was on the Reddit bets, talking some stuff up, getting it going. And then once the stock price took off, they were just like, boom, sold it. We're out. And now you have a whole bunch of people out there holding the bag, you know? And I hope Eman sold his AMC stock when the price went back up. So
double my money, baby.
There you go. But I honestly, this is the thing I don't understand about the studios. And I know Eman was saying they were bending over backwards because they were worried about AMC not playing their movies. There's only like 5, real media conglomerates in this country, and they control most of everything. I don't understand why we just don't have 5 different movie chains that are controlled by them. And that's it. Then you don't have to worry about the AMCs and anybody else. Just you put your own movies out. That's what you do. And if okay, there's a new Marvel movie coming out, I'm going to a Disney theater. Oh, Cruella's out, I'm going to a Disney theater. Oh, Mulan or whatever else is out, I'm going to a Disney theater. And if you want to see James Bond, then you're going to the Amazon theater, or the MGM presented by Amazon or whatever they're going to, But I just don't understand why they're even bothering with these theaters now. It doesn't even make me. I would kill them. If it was me and I was a studio head, I'd be like, cool, why am I dealing with you? I'm killing you off.
Right on.
Because I can tell you right now, there's not, I don't think it's, huh?
No, I was just going to say, I like that comment earlier from Ridiculous Thoughts. Because I think the closest you'll get to what Larry is talking about, the exclusivity, you know, where like if AMC, let's just say AMC buys out all the theaters, buys out all the competition, that's more leverage for them to go to other people, to other companies like Netflix, Amazon, Peacock, I don't know, whoever, to be like, hey, we can put your movie in our theaters exclusively and you pay us a certain amount. Like there's less competition, so there's more opportunities for them to leverage and make that money.
Okay. One take, you got anything, sir?
Oh man, I'm just peeping game right now.
Already. Well, I am too. I am too. And so if you want to peep game, you can peep game from Eman, Larry, and Lamont. You know, I am a spectator. But guys, we got 2 topics left real quick, and let's go ahead and just run through them real quick. And I'm gonna come to you first, One Take Big Dog. Hopefully, I don't click the wrong thing. I was trying to make that the background. But I'm gonna come to you first. Has to do with what happened to Larry. His connection is janky today. But it says right here, Marlon Wayans, we didn't walk away from scary movie franchise. They snatched it from us, which is hella unfortunate, and I'm very frustrated about that. Again, guys, if you're watching this on the replay or the live chat, there is a link to this article down in the description box. But this article is coming to us from Black Enterprise, saying, you know, because he was a part of Scary Movie 1 and 2. And let me go ahead and add Larry again real quick.
Yeah,
and it says,
my internet's crapping out on me today. I don't know what's going on.
It's all good, my brother. It's all good. And
that 5G signal, man. Get off
yeah. We says we didn't walk away from a franchise. They didn't want to make our deal, and they snatched it. Marlon said there was like they just did. Weinstein did some really terrible like rape and pillage village type of business. He stated that's just the way they did their business. So it wasn't that we ever walked away from our franchise that we created. It was taken, and us being the creatives that we are was like, all right, bet, F you. Now watch what I create. The second one they rushed us into, and by the third one they didn't want to pay the money, so they snatched it. We found out on Christmas that they hired somebody else to do it, like a N-word, write a book about this shit. One Take Big Dog, I don't know if you like spoofs, my brother, or the Scary Movie franchise. I thought that was hilarious, but you can tell if you've seen the movies that they did go downhill after part 3. How are you feeling about Marlon Wayans' comments saying that they were booted out of their own franchise that they created with the Scary Movie spoof films?
I'm not honestly. I'm not surprised. I did watch the first 2. I might have seen another of them. I can't remember which, because the quality definitely went down after those 2. I think when anybody talk about the Scary Movie franchise, they always bring up the first 2, and then I think it's one of those situations where it's weird, and it just honestly just stupid, because like you look at a group of people and they making something and they making money and it's funny and everybody's loving it, but if a certain group of people don't get the credit for it, they'll destroy the whole thing. And it seems like that's pretty much what happened with Scary Movie. And obviously Weinstein like done a lot of terrible things, so this is just like adding to the list of the many things that he's known for doing. But I mean, I didn't know this. I don't think a lot of people know this. I thought we just might have like, we've made some money, like they don't want to pay us, and which is technically what it is, or it's just like we want to do something else with our career. I thought it might have been something along those lines. Never realized it was. It feels like jealousy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But overall, not too surprising.
I feel you. I agree. I didn't know about it either. E-Man.
Yeah, so you know, it's sad, but this is, and I hate to say this because like it's easier said than done, but this is why you got to create your own stuff. You know, this is why you be on your Tyler Perry and, you know, not have to rely on people like that. And, you know, how long has the industry always believed that, like, You know, actually, I take that back because I don't know what the studio's reason is for not doing it. I thought the first two were good. I don't know why you wouldn't want to keep them on. If it was, it's not like it was not making money, you know. So whatever the case may be, you can't always trust your ideas with other people if you're not in control, you know. So it sucks. But if anything, I would hope that it's just more of a lesson to be like, okay, we might do this one thing, this one project here or there, whatever. If we can't negotiate, maybe we take it somewhere else. But 9 times out of 10, when you sign that deal, that studio owns that IP. You know, like you can't take that IP and be like, all right, well, we're gonna take it to, you know, Sony instead and let them no, like that's theirs. You gave away the masters, you know. So I think hopefully it helps people like Marlon, you know, the Wayans brothers and other folks to be like, okay, if we're going to do something, we got to plan ahead. You know, we have to make sure that we own the IP. We have to make sure that we're at a studio, again, maybe a Tyler Perry Studios, maybe you working with a Will Packer, maybe you working with a certain studio that you can trust moving forward. Because unfortunately, you know, like Big Dog, I mean, sometimes they're not going to get it. You know, they're not going to get our stuff. You know, sometimes they're not going to see things the way that we see things. So you can't trust all of them like that, especially when it comes to money, because they might think you're expendable. They might think, oh, we could just get somebody else that's black and funny and they can just do it right. Like that's, you know, we're expendable, you know, like that. So unfortunately, so go do your own, create your own, and or at least work with people that you trust, or get them contracts together. Where them entertainment lawyers at? Like, y'all gotta have that in ink or something.
Yeah, man. I got real quick, Barry. I think this like resulted in Marlon Wayans going to do like his own thing, because remember when he put out I want to say it's called 100 Highs, and like he funded it himself with, I think it was like the budget was like $1 or $2 million, and the movie ended up making like $32 million. Then he had 100 Highs 2. He had the other film on Netflix where like he wake up in the elevator naked, like it's a time loop. I think he learned from this to where like, yo, okay, I'm just gonna start doing my own stuff. I've seen a couple other people do it. I know Mike Epps did it with Meet the Blacks, and they got Meet the Blacks 2 coming out. A couple other people have done it. Yeah, it was. It was terrible. But I think you see like a lot of people like, well, you know what? I just like take me a couple $1 million and like bet on myself. You know, that's one of the things I really liked about Marlon Wayans when he did that, though.
Right on.
That's a good
and last quote in here, he said he also added, you can take that. We probably should sue for hundreds of millions of dollars because they probably owe us a shitload of money, and maybe we will one day. I hope so. But that we didn't walk away from our franchise. Them N-words took it. You know, it's funny he's saying that, and I know he's not talking about black people or whatever, but that's unfortunate. Well, I would get the comments from the living legend Larry, and he said he's gonna give it one more try, and so he may pop in here for a quick second. But I've seen, I think, all of the scary movies. The first one, that time I can't remember the other movie, but the first scary movie I saw in theaters in high school, and I haven't laughed that hard in a theater in my entire life. I was literally on the floor crying, wheezing, just laughing out loud my ass off. Like, y'all seen the movie where you know, he ejaculated and shot the girl up on the roof, on the ceiling, bro. Bro, I was literally on the floor in the movie theater laughing like, like it was just so funny to me. And so I love those. Part two, you know, was funny too. They had the same thing in there. You know, it was hilarious. Larry, how you feeling about this, man? Marlon Wayans speaking about how the scary movie franchise was snatched from them and because the studio didn't want to pay them any money.
Man, I'll be honest with you. I was a little surprised by it. I mean, I shouldn't say I'm surprised by it. I'm just more disappointed than I normally would have been with this, because their family is one of those rare Hollywood black families where we got to see some of the nepotism that goes on with white families. We got to see that happen with our folks a little bit, and we got to see stuff that was made for us, that made us laugh, and to have that taken away is a bit disheartening. But also at the same time, it's a little disheartening because these are not inexperienced people in the game. They have been there for a long, long time. And to fall victim to this, I would say at the early part of your career is wholly understandable. But to fall victim to this after you've been in the game for decades,
good point.
it's just, man, I have a hard time with that. And I get that you're creatives, but at some point you come in there as a creative and you get your foot in the door as a creative. But then after you've been in there for decades, you should have built an entire team of other professionals around you to protect your interests. So this should have never have happened.
And you're a black creative too. You're a black creative. So you already know that you're going to have even more hurdles compared to your counterparts and stuff. So,
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Well, guys, let's go ahead and move on to this this final topic of the day. Something that I'm really happy about because I honestly believe with this merger that we may actually get a Snyderverse, and I keep doing that. But let's go ahead. Let me switch the background real quick. But I have the report right here from Deadline after the idiotic, moronic decision from Warner Media to release all of their films day and date on HBO Max and theaters. The company fell apart. The company fell apart. It threw me off. Company fell apart. AT&T got rid of them. Warner Media and Warner Media and Discovery are combining, and they finally have a name: Warner Brothers Discovery.
Brilliant.
Oh, that was wow. That was
Never
so
saw
far
that one
up.
coming.
You know,
One day said the same thing. Warner Brothers Discovery said
they should have called themselves Discovery Brothers.
Yeah. You know, it should have been like it should have been like Discover Warner Brothers or something. You know, like I don't know, but there it is, guys. Warner Bros. Discovery, the stuff that dreams are made of. You know, they kind of they kind of rushed that, but that's okay. Discovery today announced the new name of their proposed standalone global entertainment company that will emerge from the combination of Warner Media and Discovery assets, Warner Brothers Discovery. The Warner Brothers Discovery name will honor, celebrate, and elevate the world's most storied creative studio in the world with the high-quality global non-fiction storytelling heritage of Discovery, the company said. David Zaslav, CEO of Discovery and future chief executive of the proposed Warner Brothers Discovery combined company, unveiled the new name to Warner Media employees from the Warner Brothers studio lot in Burbank, California. And again, guys, if you're watching this via live or the replay, there's a link down to this in the description box. I want to note first that the name kind of sucks, but I'm happy about the merger. But what I like about that is like who is going to be running the show. And if you read along, it says that you have David Zaslav, who is the CEO of Discovery, and also Jason Kilar, who is the CEO of Warner Media. Jason Kilar was not part of the negotiations initially when this deal was being made, which is great because I think he's a moron. And so he may not have a position anymore when this deal closes next year. So that alone makes me very happy. Again, the name does suck, but I'm happy with the merger because I think there's going to be a lot of creative juices flowing, and we may actually get the Snyderverse, Zack Snyder's vision or whatever. And I can't wait to see what everybody feels about this. But Larry, I'm gonna come to you first. How you feeling about this, sir? How you feeling? Or the name at least, and
the name is lame. I mean, it is wholly uninspired. It is just wholly. It was just like it's like they got in a room, they couldn't make a decision. Let's just call Warner Brothers Discovery. Then fine, you can't do it. You call it your thing. I'll call it my thing. We'll put it together. It's just.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can speak about the whole merger too, not just the name. So my fault.
The merger thing, I'm okay with the merger, but I hope they do. I hope they keep doing what they're doing right now, which is pushing stuff straight to streaming. I think it's brilliant. I think the whole day and date thing is something that's been coming for a long time. I think it's still coming down the pike. I know that you guys love the theater experience. I have loved the theater experience as well. Before the pandemic, I was an AMC A-list member. I had my 3 movies a week that I could go see. I love the theater at times, but I will not be in a theater anytime soon for the foreseeable future. And now they've already shortened these windows. I mean, some of these deals that they said they shortened the window for like down to 15 days. It's like some of them are 15 days, some of them are 30 days, and for like the blockbusters, they're at like 45 days. So somebody tells me, okay, well, you're gonna have to wait until, you're gonna have to wait 40, 30, or 45 days before you can see the next movie. I'll be like, oh, damn, that sucks. I guess I'll have to wait it out, or I'll get a bootleg. I'll go to the barbershop and get the bootleg. But I mean, the reality of it is that people who wanted to go to the movies have been going to the movies even during the pandemic. People who are not comfortable with it aren't going back. They're not going back anytime soon. And so I count you guys as like the hardcores, and most people are not like you. Brandon, I saw him posting on Instagram the other day in the theater with a face mask and no vaccine. So he is a hardcore moviegoer. Most people aren't doing that.
It was a press only screening. So just to let you know, nobody was there.
I'm gonna give you grief until you get that shot in your arm, man. I want to keep you around for some years.
But yeah, nobody was there, and we actually had security in there to make sure nobody put on the mask. It was about 20 people in the theater, and and I was on one side of the road, and there was other people all the way down there. I was not around anybody, so that's
good to know.
Just FYI, I'll take a video next time, so it give you peace of mind.
I do think though that I'm glad to see it, but I do think this whole idea of streaming is just it is a juggernaut that is not going to be stopped. You can possibly slow it down, but you're not stopping it. It is coming. It has been coming for a long time. It has speeded up with the pandemic. It's going to continue to keep coming. It maybe slow down a little bit since everybody's like, oh, I want to get out of the house, but eventually it's going to keep coming.
Right on. And before I come to you, Eman, Warner Brothers Discovery will aspire to be the most innovative and exciting and fun place to tell stories in the world. That is what the company will be about. We love the new company's name because it represents the combination of Warner Brothers' fabled 100-year legacy of creative, authentic storytelling and taking bold risks to bring the most amazing stories to life. With Discovery's global brand that has always stood brightly for integrity, innovation, and inspiration, he said. And that's David, the CEO. E-Man, how you feeling about the name and how you feeling about the merger?
That was the wackest excuse for like the lamest name ever. That's like, man, we had a science project due and we just woke up and was like, hey, we just gonna do it in the back of the book and just do it like the day before. Like, get out of here, man. I don't care about this name. But what I am excited for is the fact that, like, this just moved up Warner Brothers. I'm just gonna call them Warner Brothers. I don't care about all that Discovery stuff. It's gonna bring Warner Brothers up to like third place, in my opinion, right after Netflix and Disney Plus. In terms of content, and I love it because I wasn't about to go pay for Discovery.
Wait. You don't think that Amazon with the acquisition of MGM is gonna be there?
No.
What?
No. I mean, okay. I'm not saying are you rushing for MGM content?
All the Bonds, I am.
Stuff. They have
Bonds, the Lord of the Rings trilogies,
whatever. They'll be all right. They'll be all right.
They got out of bread.
I'm just saying, like, outside of the James Bond, which will happen every couple of years, and the Lord of the Rings stuff, let's be honest, that's still very niche. That's not something that's global mass appeal. Yes, I will watch it, but is that going to propel them to like number 3? Like to number 2? No, I don't believe so. I think variety. I think now that Warner has all of the stuff, all them cooking shows, the HGTVs, and all the broadcast, the CNNs, MSNBCs, and all that, and you got the HBO stuff and the big blockbuster movies and all that stuff. That's way more appealing, and that's going to be a better competition against Netflix and Disney. So I see that being much more of something that people will be willing to pay for. And I have no problem with these companies merging and stuff because I wasn't about to sit here and pay for no 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 streaming platforms anyway. So if y'all gonna combine and hopefully bring the prices down so that they're manageable, I'm okay with that because I was only gonna keep like 3 of y'all anyway. So right now, I'm good with this.
Okay.
And I don't see that Snyderverse thing happening. Not no time.
I got to push back though. You said that Bond and Lord of the Rings are niche. Those are $1 billion franchises, bro.
Okay.
How's that not a worldwide appeal?
I just don't think it is.
I mean,
Okay.
Bond is the epitome of a worldwide appeal.
Listen. I'm saying like I watch them and I like them, but right now, because when was the last time we had anything Lord of the Rings related? We've been waiting on this from Amazon for a long time. A long time. I'm just saying they're not at the level of Star Wars, Marvel, or anything else. They're not even at Harry Potter level yet because those things have been coming out more consistently. Could Lord of the Rings become bigger? Yes, especially with this new series that's coming out that costs like $1 billion per episode. So it's definitely possible that they can come back and regain that level of relevance. But right now, it's only us hardcore nerds that are excited for Lord of the Rings. The average person ain't sitting here like, I can't wait for, Gandalf to come back. That's not happening. It is very niche for now until it becomes more mainstream. If Amazon pushes it the right way and they got something good.
Think about this. They're in a good position to like everyone wants their universe now. Everyone wants a universe. This is a great opportunity for them to have a Bond universe. Because like you said, they put Bond movies out every few years. So in between that, you can have series on Amazon. You could have a Moneypenny series. There was talk before about an independent movie with Halle Berry's character Jinx. You don't have to do the movie. You could just do a series with Jinx's character. If you might be able to get her in even. She was one of the most popular Bond girls that was out there. If you can get her in there, I mean, you could have a series that shows the sort of the building up and the exploration, all the back stuff of one of the Bond villains. Because oftentimes we don't always get a lot of background on the Bond villains. You can have a whole series about why this particular Bond villain becomes evil, and then it has a season finale with a big old cliffhanger that drives us right into the movie.
Right on. Let me ask you this: do you think that pushes it to number 3 though? I think I'm kind of with Eman on this. Like that's all good, but I mean, Warner Brothers, Discovery, whatever, they have a lot more to play with. Like, what if they want to do like a MonsterVerse like series, or you already got the Gotham series? Like, they have a lot. The Green Lantern series, Justice League, they got a lot more to play with. I think like with Amazon, you like kind of like picking from certain places. You can only do so much. You can only do so much with those, and I think like they don't have enough properties in my opinion.
That's exactly it. The way I judge,
and they just buy it.
But look,
you don't have you buy it.
Hey, anything can happen with a new acquisition, but we got to judge what they got right now. Anything could happen if new series are announced, but I ain't heard nothing about no Bond series, so that's all a whole bunch of what if stuff. What they operating with right now, what they working with right now, they write the Amazon, MGM. They in 4th at best, and that's it. Because the way I judge these things is who's going to have more opportunities to make more headlines. Disney, every show they come out with, Falcon and Winter Soldier, WandaVision, probably Loki, every week they going to dominate the headlines. When HBO came out, every time they had a new movie coming out, it dominated the headlines for that week. Netflix, Netflix is like the number 1 marketer for Netflix stuff. People stay on there. I don't see Amazon coming out with something yet. Maybe Lord of the Rings might do that if it can catch fire, kind of like with a Game of Thrones type of appeal. But outside of that, I don't see it really grabbing it. Look how great of a show Invincible is, and that still doesn't dominate headlines. We don't see a whole bunch of articles all about Invincible, even though it's a great show. Amazon has great shows that they have. Hunters is a really good show on Amazon as well. But like, these things, I don't know what it is, but they just don't have enough push to get them into that third place and compete with HBO Max, HGTV, broadcast network news, cable news and stuff.
I agree with you on that. They're not getting the push. I think that Amazon shows are often undermarketed because they don't. I mean, Amazon has so much. They don't. I kind of feel like Amazon Prime Video is sort of, it's there. They know it's going to be probably a necessary component moving into the future, but right now it's not necessary to their bottom line. I feel like if Amazon Video was sold and spun off, Amazon would do just fine. Their stock price would probably take a slight dip, and next week it would be right back in recovery mode. But you have other places, that's their whole business model, and that's not it for Amazon. So I still think that they're probably going to be number 3.
All right.
And if not number 2.
Well, I guess we'll just have to see, guys.
I'll tell you what Amazon should do is they should buy Netflix.
Now, if Amazon buys Netflix, which I don't think they would do, I think that price tag is going to be no. I mean, like their biggest acquisition was Whole Foods, and Whole Foods was like what, 40 billion, I want to say, or something like that. Netflix ain't about to sell for no 40 billion. Like you're gonna have to come up. I don't think they're gonna do that. But if they did,
I think Jeff Bezos could buy Amazon with just his personal wealth. I mean, could buy Netflix with his personal wealth. I think they can afford it. I think they can afford it.
I think they can afford it too. Well, guys, that's what's up right there, and that's the last topic of the day. That will conclude this impromptu movies news roundup show coming to you on a Tuesday night instead of Sunday. Things will pick up back normal this coming Sunday at 6:30 p.m. CST. And so I do thank y'all very much. I think this is show number 18. Got to show the thumbnail, and I do appreciate it. And
the show's legal now.
What you mean? What you talking about?
The show's legal. Number 18.
Oh, yes.
Oh, we can cut loose now.
We can cut loose and do all kind of crazy stuff. But again, guys, I want to thank you so much for being here in the chat. I really do appreciate it, all of you. Before you go, if you can please give me that thumbs up. And I'm going to come to you first, Mr. OneTakeBigDog. What are your final words for the evening, sir? And what do you have going on your channel?
Cherish your loved ones. Spend your time doing things you love. This week I've been like behind, so I got my Cruella review coming up, Wrath of Man, and Lucifer season 5 part B. Got all those coming up later on this week.
Already. And again, guys, you can follow him on this. You can follow him there, and there's a link to his channel down in the description box. Coming to you next, Mr. Eman. What you laughing at, bro?
The last comment.
love the guys' cams. It's like the perfect
evolution of beards.
That's funny.
That was funny.
That's funny.
Good.
That's funny.
That's good.
Look, as for my channel, I mean, look, the number one thing you definitely want to come for at this point is the live chats on Friday. It's very similar format to this, except I'm a one-man show right now.
He doesn't love us.
I didn't say that. I said right now.
I'm joking, bro.
Get used to juggling. I don't know how you do it. Like you sit here.
I
want to
come through and stink up your channel for a little bit, man.
That's the thing. I don't want Larry coming in here contaminating my subs. And I got to deal with the complaints. He just come in like Rick, Rick James, soil your couch and just leave and say buy another channel. So,
I would just mess with you, bro.
You need to put some covers on that white couch there before I come through.
But no, I mean, look, come for the live chats. Loki is coming. The breakdowns are gonna be back. We're gonna move the live chats to Wednesdays. You don't want to miss that. That's always gonna be cool and fun. I've got my the Conjuring 3 review. Matter of fact, I just finished writing it, but I gotta go shoot it tonight, so it hopefully can be up by tomorrow. So you can get that spoiler free. And I've I got some surprises and stuff. I got some interesting things to drop, but I don't like tipping my hat. I want you to subscribe, turn on the notifications, And all of a sudden you be like, dang, when did you do this? How did this come about? What is going on? So, subscribe, turn on the notifications, because you never know what you might get.
And don't forget to set your DVR, because he might just pop up on the news too.
Yes.
You just never know.
This is true. This is true. This is true. So that's what's up right there. Larry, what are your final words for the evening, sir? And what do you have going on your channel?
I have some new tech. I have a new iPad that I'm going to be doing some reviews on and doing some tests with. I have some new packages coming in. I do, for all of you who haven't checked it out, usually towards the end of the week, Thursday, Friday. This last week was actually Saturday because I was a little behind schedule. But usually either Thursday or Friday, I do my weekly haul video where I open up all the packages that I received in from various people during the week. So it's always a lot of fun. It's kind of like Christmas once a week to see what kind of stuff I get. And oftentimes I give this stuff away later. So, you watch it, you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. Likely I'm going to give it away because I have been blessed with excess. It's just way too much stuff. So, but yeah, I'm gonna do some more reviews. I have a new pocket knife somebody sent me that I need to review. And for those people, there's quite a few people that have hit me up recently asking me how can they get Peacock TV on their Fire Sticks and how can they update Peacock TV on their Fire Sticks since they are still having their disagreements between the networks and Amazon and NBC and haven't been able to work it out. I just put a video up on how to install it for the first time, just a fresh install, and also how you can update Peacock TV on your Fire Stick. So if you've been having trouble with either one, there's a way for you to get either a fresh install or an update. So yeah.
Well, there you go, guys. It is on this channel right there if you want to check it out. And again, everybody, you can follow them on social media. Their handles are on the screen right here. Everybody's link to their respective channels and websites and all that good stuff is down in the description box. And always
shout out to Jordan Thompson, the youngins in the house.
Oh, really? We got some. Okay, what's up? I'm 14 years old watching your good content. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. Thank you. And
a young demographic.
And again, guys, the whole family is over here on the channel tab, and so head over there as well. Those people are always going to be there. But again, guys, I just want to thank all of you so much for tuning in. And before you go, mask up, get vaccinated, do all what you got to do. Subscribe, like, comment, share. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery. That's OneTakeBigDog, Eman, and Larry. And that's just our opinion. Peace out. And we'll see you next time.